Hello, hello. Okay, so I was trying to figure out today a schedule to get us through the week. So today we're gonna do windows, and then tomorrow we'll do the porch and the trim, and then Thursday we'll do like boards on the windows, and then Friday we'll do like some dying plants, some greenery, and like the moon and bats, I think is how we're gonna do it. So we'll see how it goes once we get working on that stuff. But anyways, today we'll do windows and see if we can add to it, then we'll start like the railing and stuff. So we'll see how far we can get. Okay, so we're gonna use black today, so DMC 310. And we're gonna do some cracks in our windows and some holes in the windows. So we're just gonna use, oh man, I've got a knot. So we're just gonna use 2 strands today. There we go. Hold on while I pull this knot out. I pulled it tighter on accident when I was trying to get undone. Okay. So we're gonna start with 2 strands. Oh, we gotta draw on our fabric first. Okay, there's our 2 strands. Okay, so let me just bring up my picture so that I can kind of keep it similar. Okay, so these do not have to be the same as mine. We're just gonna create some like holes, some cracks in the windows, broken glass, doesn't matter what shape, it can all be different. We just want to show some broken windows. I'm just going off my pattern and drawing them in similar places, but definitely not the same shape. So whatever you want to do, feel free. So I'm going to come down here and do this like half of it. Oh, that's a star. Or if you don't want any broken windows, I'm sorry, today is not for you. Let's see. And then we're just gonna do boards on those, boards on these, boards over here. Oh, we're gonna do some cracks over here too. Okay. Let's see. All right, are we ready? We're pretty much just gonna satin stitch some more today, but we're gonna use 2 strands instead of 6 because we don't need this to be so thick and in your face. We just want to create some holes. So I think maybe I'll just do 2 windows, and then I might move on to the porch today. Just because when we start doing like the greenery, we're doing French knots, which I know takes just a little bit of time. So I think I'll just do these windows here, and then I'll let you do these ones by yourselves. Okay. That on screen. So I'm just gonna go in and just kind of fill up this little space I drew out. I'm not really worried about getting it exact. I mean, it's a broken window, so if it's a little oddly shaped or kind of funky, that adds to it, right? So I just want to make a hole. But I always feel like where there's a hole in a window, there's also like some cracking around it. So I'm just gonna fill this in a little, and then I'll just do some like cracking around it. So we're wanting to do this first, and then we'll do the trim, because the trim generally goes, so there will be trim like here over it. All right, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and do some like jagged lines. To create those cracks. So if this is looking too dark, you could also use your 3799. It's like almost black. So then it's not quite as dark. Oh shoot, we were gonna do a ghost too. Okay. That's what we'll do before we move on to the porch, if we get to that today, which I think we will, because this will go pretty fast. So these lines can be totally random, wherever you want them. We're just wanting these windows to look broken. And I'm just gonna go all the way to the edge over here, just because then we can cover it up with the trim. So, all right, I'm gonna move over here. Normally I wouldn't pull my black across anywhere, but because this is all covered, I'm just gonna pull it over to here. So I was gonna have my ghost here. So I'll do that after. Which you totally don't have to do a ghost. I just thought it might be kind of silly and fun. My house is so quiet today. My husband works, he's self-employed, and so he's gone a lot on like weekends working. And he is working today, and my 4-year-old's at preschool, and my older 2 are at school, and it is like eerily quiet. It's very strange. Are the cracks just backstitch? Yeah, just backstitch, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, technically, I guess, backstitch. I don't know, I usually call it just a straight stitch, like just stitching lines. But yeah, technically, I guess, yes. Have this one come up over here. And the trim will go over that, and then I will do another hole here. Low on that. Okay, can you guys still see that? I feel like my internet connection is really not good today. Is that looking like cracks, do we think? It looks questionable to me. You guys know that movie? Alright, just gonna make that a bit of a different shape. I feel like it's too uniformed down here. Okay. Cracked over here. There. I think that's good. Then we'll come up here and start some cracks and holes and stuff. Yeah, this is going much faster than I was expecting. Good, because I was getting worried about trying to do the moon and the bats and the greenery on Friday. I think that would be a lot for our last day. Gotta remember to make these edges a little less straight. That last one I did was not very broken window like. It was too nice. There, that's already better. Oh my gosh, this is turning out good. I like it. It'll look less in your face, I think, once we get like the trim. Ouch, stuck my finger. Is anyone stitching with me? Or do you guys wait until I'm done to decide to stitch, since I sometimes get a little off script? Oh, I finished my long and short stitch yesterday. Let's see. Nope, you can't see it. It's not in the shot. I'll show you. Oh yeah, we're only 15 minutes in. This was good. I'm working and listening to you. The popping in your voice is very soothing. I watch while I'm checking work emails. Oh my gosh, you guys are cracking me up. I love the popping noise too. That's like my favorite part of embroidery videos. I'm definitely sticking your fingers like me. That pop like that. Oh, I love it. Okay. I think that's good for up there. I love the stitchy sounds. They're fun. Okay, let's do our ghost. And move on to the portrailing. So once you get down here, just go ahead and do the same thing that we did up here. Just make those broken windows. So we've got like a cracking over here and then like some broken over here, broken over here. Okay. I'm just getting worried we won't finish Friday. Okay, so I'm just gonna do just like an arc with our pale yellow. So this is 677 that we're gonna use for our moon as well. So you could also use white, actually. White will be, I'm gonna do yellow. You could use white as well. It just won't stand out as much. It'll be a little bit more in the background. You could also use the gray, the 648? I don't remember what number it is. But the gray that we used like down on the cinder blocks. Definitely using my glow in the dark floss. Oh my gosh, yes. If you have glow in the dark floss, please use it. And then take a picture of it glowing. I don't own any glow in the dark floss. I should probably get some. I didn't even think about that. That would have been fun. Yeah, you could use it for your moon too. Throw in some stars. Oh my gosh, it would be so fun. I'm gonna stick to the color palette. Okay, so we're just gonna do a satin stitch. I'm just gonna do a vertical satin stitch since all around it is horizontal. E940. E is the glow in the darks, right? Oh, see, that doesn't stand out too bad. I'm using 2 strands because I don't want this to be like super bulky. I just want it like in there. Floss color, yeah. E940 is the glow in the dark floss. So I'm not gonna give this ghost like a face or anything. I'm just gonna satin stitch a little ghost shape and call it done. So one thing with satin stitch when you're working on a curved line, if you want it to be like an arc instead of like a point, you need to do 2 or 3 stitches that are straight at the top. So depending on how much of an arc you want, if you curve the whole thing, it ends up looking a little bit pointed. So that's my tip. If you do 2 or 3, like that's like 3 in a row, all on the same line, it'll look more like an arc and less like a point. And I'm kind of going like under these satin stitches so that you can't see the bottom of this. I might change my mind and add a face to this. It kind of just looks like a blob. Right? Kind of needs a face. because like, what is it? What is this? Okay, I need one more stitch over here. It's a missed kind of a spot. Okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna need a face. But I also don't want it as dark as the windows, so I think I'm gonna do a gray. I start to get crazy when I add details. I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize right now. I kind of start jumping around. Okay, so this is what I have left over from my roof that I told you to just set aside because we're gonna use it. So I'm just gonna pull out one strand of the $37.99 to do a little face on our ghost. Hold on, I've got kind of a mess here. Okay, so just a single strand. I'm gonna do a French knot. If you know how to do them, you can also do one. Or you can wait until Friday when I teach them, but I'm not gonna teach them right now because it's just for one single one. I'm gonna do 3, I guess. One for each of the eyes and one for the mouth. But I just want you to decide if you want to have a ghost or not, depending on how mine looks. Or maybe you'll say, no, I don't want to do that. That is weird. So I just want to show you what it's going to look like. Okay, so I doubled my thread over and tied it at the end. So it's 2 strands. But I'm just going to wrap it once. Give it a mouth and 2 eyes. This might have been better with white or gray. So if you're doing one, maybe learn from me. Oh yeah, he's cuter with a face. All right. Okay, so I'll teach you how to do French knots on Friday. So if you like this ghost, don't worry, we will do it. Okay. Oh my gosh, so cute. I'm excited about that. Okay, so let me tie that off. I do like that it's with gray instead of black. It's not quite as like dark and prominent. All right. The ghost is so cute. Yes! Sorry, I bumped my table a lot. Okay, let's move on to the trim. I've just been debating what color to use. Because I was going to do around the windows white. Let's do that. Let's do white. We have plenty of it. So you could mix it if you want it the same color as your siding. You could mix the 05 with the white, or not, whatever you want to do with that. Okay, so we're gonna learn another new stitch. Well, first let's do the insides of the windows and then we'll do the new stitch. Because with curved lines, you could do back stitch, but I just don't like it as much. So I'm gonna do something different. So what we're going to do is, let's just do some straight stitches first and then we will go back and learn the stem stitch. So I'm just gonna go in and do the insides of these windows, just like this trim. Whoops. And I'm going to go all the way to the edge, and then we'll just cover that up with our stitches. And then we're going to do the same thing for the edge of this window. Since it doesn't have any curves, we're just going to go ahead and stitch the edge of the window as well. Clean up those edges. I had drawn curtains on here in the drawing, but I decided I didn't want to do them. So if you feel like getting crazy, you could add some curtains to some of these windows. So I use these same holes. So like this hole has the 2 stitches in it. So then everything like lines up nicely. See how that just like finishes out and looks so fun? Okay, so we're gonna come up here and do the same. Try to think about my next stitch. So I did this one first and then I went this way because then I can come right here and do this one. So it's just saving a little bit of thread. So then I'm gonna come to the top and go down because then I'm right next to the next one. So I like to think ahead a little bit. And I'm not worried about these being like super straight. Because it's the haunted house, I'm just not worried about it being like perfect. Okay, so there's all the insides of the windows. Okay, so next we're gonna do a stem stitch. So we're gonna come down to this bottom. I like stem stitch for curved lines because you can kind of make it go where you want. So what we're gonna do is come up where you're gonna start, pull your thread over to the side, and then go down on this edge. We're gonna keep the loop open and go up in the middle of that stitch. Okay, so up, down, up. And then we're gonna pull it pretty snug. And then we're gonna go, so the space from here to here, we want to be the same from here to here. Okay, so there's our next stitch, and then we're gonna come up in the middle where this first one ended. And then keep going just like that. Up halfway. And then you want your, because you can hold your thread either way, but when you're working on a curved line, you want to pull that thread out with the curve. Okay, so we're gonna end there. So I want to, because this thread is kind of holding this one up, so I want to kind of go like on top. So instead of using this same hole, I'm just going to go up slightly, like just barely up, just to kind of like tack that down. We got a little bit crazy start over here, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a straight stitch here. Because I don't wanna do a stem stitch right there. Okay, so because we went down right here, we have to start our stem stitch a little funny. So we're gonna start up here and just work backwards a little bit. So we're gonna go down here. And then we're gonna go up in the middle like we were. So we're still gonna do it, we just started at the top instead of the bottom. Sorry, it's a little shadowy right here. Let me see if I can get some light. Not really. Okay, let me just hurry and do this and then I'll move so you can see it better. Sorry. I need to start getting my lamp in here. It's starting to get like dark. We kind of have an overcast day over here today. Ouch! Oh, that was a good stick. So always keeping the loop over the same side as the curve. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. Bring this from the bottom up. There we go. I think I might have enough to finish this. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I gotta tighten this, hold on. Start over here. Just start this first one a little bit backwards. Whoops. Needle came out. Oh my goodness, hang on. Come on, needle. We're almost done. Okay. All right, going backwards. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough thread to finish this. Gonna play a little thread chicken. See if we can finish it off. So if you want this line a little bit cleaner, you could also use less strands. If you use like 3 or 4, it'll be like less bulky and you might be able to keep these lines a little smoother. Up in the middle. And that. We did it. Look at that. Didn't run out of thread. Okay. So there's our windows. What time is it? 10:35. We're kicking butt. So before I finish this window, we're gonna do some lazy daisy stitches up here. So I'm not gonna finish this window. We'll finish it after we learn the lazy daisy stitch, which is what we're gonna do for our trim down here and on this window. So I'm gonna leave this open here because I want to do this part up here first. So let's do this window down here next. So then it's ready for some boarding up. I'm just going to continue with my white since that's what I used above for the trim. Actually, these are meant to be shutters. So I'm going to use the same as this color, which is 3864. I'm sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. Don't mind me. Let me just unwind this. Hold on. Okay, so these shutters are going to match like the gables. I already threaded my white on a needle, so I'm grabbing my second needle because I hate threading needles. So if I can leave that white on there and just let it sit until I'm ready for it, I'm gonna do it. Okay. So with the shutters, we're going to do a satin stitch, but it's gonna be like we did the basket weave, and we're gonna leave some spaces because shutters are not 100% filled in, right? They have some gaps in them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave some gaps. So I'm gonna start down a little bit and just keep with this same line that it's going on, okay? And then when I go back to the other side, I'm not gonna go right next to it. I'm gonna leave that gap open a little bit. So we have some space there. So we're not gonna fill that in. It's just gonna be an open shutter. I keep looking at that ghost. I like it. I wasn't so sure when it was just satin stitched. And I do wish I had done white or light gray. But other than that, I think he's very cute. So you could even do some of these like as if they're broken. A little bit funky. These do not have to be straight. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and outline this. So we're gonna go and do the bottom part and then the edge. And the top. Edge. And we've got one shutter done. Okay, so we'll come over and do this one. Let's see. I think I meant to do siding there and I didn't do it. Do you guys have siding there? I think I missed some. Yeah, it's supposed to be siding. Darn it. I'm gonna have to go back and fill in some siding. Shoot, I hate it when I do that. There was too much siding, too much. So I'm just gonna go over to this line. This line here was our railing, and then this is our shutter from here to here. I messed up. I'm gonna do that on a little X. Because why not? Okay, so I messed up a little. So I'm not gonna finish this edge until I do my satin stitch. So I'm gonna call that done for a minute. So I'm just gonna pull my needle over here and just pull that thread out of the way so that I can do my siding. But I'm gonna finish this window here. So this trim is gonna be the same as the ones above. So this is how you're gonna do these ones as well. After you fill in your cracks, you're just gonna go in and just outline them. So I didn't do any siding between my shutters and my window, so I just want the window trim and the shutters to line up so that there's not like a big gap there, looking like it was an accident. I forgot to do this middle one, so I'm just gonna pull this out of the way so I don't snag it and do this middle. Then I think we'll call this a day. If it bugs you that these are not straight, feel free to make your lines more straight than mine. I wanted them to be kind of crooked. Actually, I want to take this out, make the window straight, and have the shutters crooked. So what I'm gonna do is rethread this needle, which I hate doing. And I'm gonna put my thread down like under this shutter. I'm gonna just like slide it underneath. And then kind of pull this up over it. There, so then the shutter kind of, I could have done the white window first and then the shutter would have been better. Learn from my mistakes. There you go. Okay. Oh, no. So this inside of this window, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to outline it in white, but it's a little bit daintier than these. So I want to use 3 strands on this. It's 10:45. Let's just do that real quick. We're already here. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull my 3 strands out. And then to get these to lay flat, we're gonna weave them a little bit. Oh, we have the same thing over here. Okay. So I'm just gonna go straight up, straight down. Okay, and then we're gonna weave this so that it helps it lay flat. So we're gonna go over that one, under this one. And then we'll do the opposite the other way. So we'll go over this one, under this one. I do not like weaving with my left hand. That feels so weird. There. So that weaving will help those stitches lay flat, so they're not like flapping everywhere. And then we'll just outline it in white. Okay. And then we're going to do that same thing over here. So after you do your cracks, you'll go in and do the window. This one is just a diagonal. So you'll do these lines and then you'll go back and weave over under on those lines so that it lays flat, and then do the trim, like do the edge. Okay. So I'll post in my stories what to finish. But we're going to do the outline on this window and this window, the cracks, and then the outline on these windows, and then the crack, an outline on this window, outline, outline, cracks, outline. So you kind of have a lot of homework. But I think it'll be faster if you're not listening to me. Like, I think I could do this faster if I wasn't on screen. So, and then tomorrow we will do the lazy daisies and the porch railing. Yeah. That puts, oh, and then that put us way ahead of schedule. That's okay. We'll work it out. Anyways, so if you don't finish today, don't worry. Tomorrow will be a shorter day, so don't stress about it. Oh, the boards, that's what else. Okay. Yeah, we're on schedule. Okay, sorry. Just thinking out loud. Okay, so that is it for me today. Get working and let me see how it goes. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we'll do some more fun on the house. Bye.